Hi, this is Jacqueline here with the Grow Program. Thank you for growing with me on today. I got a message, and someone in the ministry told me to keep on pushing. We getting there. And so, as I'm standing here, because I love to stand now, since I've been sitting so long in my life, I love to stand. So as I'm standing here, I'm gonna keep, and my back is hurting. I'm gonna keep on pushing. I'm going to keep on going. I'm going to keep on growing because we're going to keep on building. We're going to keep rising and we're going to keep growing in love. We're going to keep on pushing for genuine equality and a beloved community of love. You know, Dr. King's dream. That's what he wanted. That's what he wanted for us, and that's what we want for us. We want to rise above the oppression. You know, even though we know the enemy is working, we want to keep on pushing because even out of the story out of Louisiana, you know, and what the police officer said, what came out of what the police officer said and how they hid it for so long, you know, we got to keep on pushing. You know, we see it. Yes, we know it's there, you know, but they want us to come down and march and go to jail, get locked up, you know, get accused of burning up our own communities, you know, when that's not what we doing. So we got to keep on going. See, back then, you know, when the freedom fighters were out fighting for freedom, the enemy was burning up their houses, you know, bombing the churches, you know, trying to find them, but hey, they had to duck and dodge and hide. You know, word would get out where they going, you know, where the bus is headed or the car is headed, and the enemy will head them off. The police, you know, when police see an African driving anyway, they gonna pull them off. See, they still got this instinct in them, you know, and we driving this out. You know, we trying to get this out of this police department. You know, it's some good police out there. It is. You know, I've told you before, all police ain't bad. We had an incident yesterday, or my sweet little baby niece went missing because she rode her bike, you know, and got lost, you know, and we were looking for her. Then you know, the police got involved. We had to call the police, and they were looking for her, you know, and we found her, you know, and she was, no kidding, she was at the donut shop. That's where the police found her at. And so I just praise God and the beloved ancestors, you know, because my daughter asked me, she said, "Mom, how do you feel?" I said, "I feel like she's all right. She just lost, and you know, she don't know really how to get back home, you know, and just, you know, so, but the ancestors, I felt good about it, you know, and we just needed to find her before trouble found her. So, that's why I'm telling you, you know, we have to stay in our lane, you know, that's even goes for us. We have to stay in our lane, you know, and when trouble does find us, you know, it does, because we are in a spiritual warfare, you know, but we got to rise up in the Lord. You know, we got to be strong in God. You know, we got to overcome in love. You know, that means our marriages. That means our children. That's the way you going to get through to them is love. Love drives out hate. Yo, throw that love back on them, on your family members. Throw that love back on your wife. Throw that love back on your husband, your children, you know, your mama, you know, or whoever it is, you know, try to throw that love back on them, you know, ask God for forgiveness. Then you will have peace within it with yourself. You know, as long as you ask the Lord, you know, forgive and forgive you, honey, you can move on. You can move past it. Because, see, whoever got the problem, that's their problem. You know, you can thank your past because it created who you are today. Because my past created who I am today to tell you how to overcome oppression. You know, to overcome a bad relationship. You know, you see that you can change you, but then, you know, that's going to reveal everything else all around you. Everything going to fall in place. And what ain't supposed to be there is supposed to is going to get out. You know, because it's got to get out. You know, it ain't no room for it there. It ain't no room for no chaos, negativity, and drama in your life. You know, so you got to you got to rise above it. You have to. We got to be like the great mountain. Facebook thought they was doing something today by taking the little scenery that I had up there, for the mountain. But that's okay. I fixed that because now I went and got a picture of whatever it is that I'm talking about. If I love Ireland, I love North Carolina, because usually I just put up a little flag, but now I can put up some beautiful scenery that somebody can look at. So see, like I told them on Facebook, I laugh in the face of the enemy. I laugh, the enemy's tricks, honey, I don't fall for them. I just don't. I rise above them. And talking to you is really like talking to a best friend. It is. I'm really detailing my life. I am. And also telling you how I overcame. Alcohol, honey. Alcohol is a trick of the enemy. And it's a portal. It is to allow you to step over and become something that you really should not be spiritually. And I did. And I was attacking myself. I was attacking me. Because when I drank, I just go off and sit down somewhere. But see, pretty soon I needed more and more and more. And it wasn't enough. And as you're drinking and attacking you, it's attacking your insides. It's attacking your liver. It's attacking vital organs that you need, because that liver has to filter out all of that. And my dear Stan, he drank beer. He loved to drink that beer all the time. And he was very young. So I just want you to think about that, think about processed food. Eliminate processed food out your diet. That bologna, salami, and then they got nerve to want to go up on the salami. $7. I picked up a package, it's $7. No, you don't need that. They put all kind of chemicals in that meat. You really want to begin to eliminate meat out of your diet if you can. I am. I'm slowly eliminating it. I like chicken though. I like chicken, and I'll hold on to chicken for a little bit, and because I love Popeye's chicken and that chicken sandwich. But I've stopped eating that Chinese food. I used to, honey, I'm telling you, when I say I used to live to eat, I used to live to eat. I was almost 200 pounds, 5'2". That's overweight. I would be at my job, and when I would drive a small bus, honey, I would stop and eat and everywhere, eat on the go, eat while I'm at work driving. I live to eat. I let food control me. And now I eat to live. Honey, I'm growing, so I'm busy, so I have to stop and make myself eat sometimes. I do, because I am so busy with growth. I am. And I love it, ministering to people, lifting someone up, telling someone that they're a king and, you are royalty and a walking royal. You are not what they say you are. We are not the definition of black. Don't let no one tell you that you are ominous and threatening and evil, because you are not. You are royalty and you walk in royalty. Black is a color. White is a color. Those are colors, and we are not the definition of black. We are not devoid of light. Our light is concealed within us, and I'm talking to you just like the freedom fighters before talked to the people. When Harriet Tubman had to gather all the people together, she telling them and lifting them up, telling them, you better than this. You deserve freedom. You deserve to be just what they got. You deserve to have it too. You deserve to be free. You deserve to be able to walk around. Come on, let's go. I'm gonna show you how to go. And see, that's what I'm here doing. Just what the freedom fighters did before. I'm just trying to lift my people up and tell my people that love drives out hate. We love one another, and love will conquer if you just believe. It really will, We can do this, people. We really can. We can come together and be the beloved community that Dr. King's dream. Stevie Wonder don't even know we growing. But we are growing. And I see you. I see you growing. I can see where all we're growing at. And I just want you to tell your family members to come on and let's grow. Let's forgive. Let's let go of all this old grudges and all this. Because see, life is too short. One thing, we just passing through here. Life is too short. We need to get together and come together and show God. Let's show God. Because see, like I told them on Facebook, I had something to prove to God. And then I had something to prove to me, that I would not allow the oppression of my life and this country to be turned towards me anymore. I am going to rise above it, and then I'm going to show you how to overcome and how to win the battle of good versus evil. It's a spiritual warfare we're in, a battle of good and evil. Either you're going to be on the good side or you're going to be on the evil side. You won't do one or the other. I'm telling you, you're going to have to let go of the alcohol, honey. You got to let that go. Now, I'm going to tell you, the cigarettes, you got to let them go. But if you smoke weed, then, that's an herb from the earth. That's different. So if it's legal in your state, I don't want you to do nothing illegal. Nothing illegal. We're going to rise above this oppression. We're going to do it the right way. That's what Dr. King was saying. We're going to do it the right way. Look at us. We nonviolent. See there? We nonviolent. We ain't bothering nobody. We just rising. That's all we doing. We just growing. We thinking different about ourselves. We thinking different about our environment. We thinking different about our children, about our legacy, about our future, about our today. We gonna show them that we are better. We gonna show them, even though the evil is around, and we gotta root out the evil out the police department. Gotta be dug up out of there. Because anytime you sit there and have a police officer laughing and bragging about what he just did to somebody, I didn't want to hear that. But that there is a problem. They hid that, and that there is a problem. So we got to show them. Look here we are. When we come out on the scene, here we are, and we demand, Supreme Court, that you take out hate speech. Nobody on that Supreme Court will want their family member to go to work and, to stand outside somewhere at some park with their family and somebody tell them, you don't belong here. I don't want you here. We gonna end hate speech, all hate speech, any kind of hate speech. They not allowed to go stand down there in front of the Supreme Court and tell us we don't belong here. What kind of mess is that? Who are these people? They not supreme over anybody. They are stupid. They don't even know the truth. They don't know that Africans are the true people. They need to learn this. That's what I'm here for. I'm getting ready to tell them, honey, when we bust on the scene, a whole bunch of stuff getting ready to change. I'm going to let these rappers know that they're all legends. You are all legends. Rise to be your greatness, your greatness, your greatness. But look, if you cut him down, if you cut him down in his prime of greatness, not only will he not reach his greatness, you won't even reach your greatness, and you going to answer when you get to the spirit world. You think you going through something here now, you going to really answer when you get over to the other side, because see, that's a spiritual birth. This is a physical death. That's a spiritual birth. So you going to answer when you get to the other side. So it's time to change up some things, son. I'm telling you, better think before you go around there with that AK-47, And young ladies, it's time to start doing some things different. We got to start changing up how we thinking about ourselves, because we are women, we are queens, and we have to act in royalty, young ladies. We have to act in royalty, and we're gonna reach our greatness. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom, all over the world. I love you. God bless you, and the beloved ancestors keep you. Let's rise, my people.